Just over a year ago, the Reconciliation Lethbridge Advisory Committee has been reviewing the final report of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Inquiry. That inquiry delivered just over 231 calls for justice. Their job was to make a draft of recommendations to the Community Issues Committee for the role the City of Lethbridge can take to implement these actions.
It's extremely important because there were families here that were impacted and affected by that issue. And the violence from all of these structures is actually ongoing. And so it's important to acknowledge that, first of all.
In the draft drawn up by the committee, they highlighted over 25 recommendations to guide the city and help with reconciliation.
So the first recommendation is to implement the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. That one was chosen because that document speaks specifically to how to implement human rights for Indigenous people here in the city, specifically women's, girls, and two-spirited people.
RLAC was happy with the Community Issues Committee's response to the presentation, but they hope that the over 25 recommendations will be accepted.
I think they were positive. It is always hard to assess where you are, but I think we have to look at the good and the bad. So, we're working together collectively, and that's what's important.
Because how many calls to justice are there? There's 231. And to ask people to whittle it down, the woman that we're dealing with every single day, us, our sisters, all of us are affected. And it's not stopping. We need to start creating safe spaces for our population to thrive and grow.
The next steps for the committee is to have the CIC accept the recommendations and develop a plan and budget through administration. For Bridge City News, I'm Micah Quinn.